having a lovely day. After our chat, I'm actually going to head out to the lake because it is like 50 degrees in Chicago, sunshiny, and very little wind. So I'm going to take the dog and go enjoy for a little bit. But first I wanted to share with you, I'm kind of excited by this. I'm excited by the idea of this. So as many of you know, recently was my 2-year cancer anniversary of my diagnosis. It was also my birthday. So a lot of emotions this week. Just a roller coaster of joy and sadness and fear and just so much. There's so many memories coming back, just so much. And I welcome it. I welcome it. I find it glorious that I'm here to be able to have all of these emotions. So come at me. And I do believe that it's super important for us to sit in it, right? Sit in it, not stay in the shit. Sit in it. So I've been doing that a lot this week. And as much as I also think that it's super important to be, it's all about our approach, right? It's all about our choices. We choose how to look at things. And today, I've been giving a lot of thought to what things have I put into place that have allowed me to get here, right? Absolutely. There's the treatment, the chemicals, because as we all know, if I didn't do that chemo to me is my kryptonite. I certainly do not look forward to doing chemo for the rest of my life. I struggle every time I walk in there, of course, but overall, big picture, chemo saved me. Love my chemo. Okay, but it's not the only thing, right? When I was diagnosed, I made the decision right then and there, because I had been a caretaker for this disease, so I know the toll it can take on you. So I personally made the decision that I was going to put together the best team, an oncologist who I had great faith in, surgeons, all put together that ecosystem to take care of that and that I could trust, because I wasn't going to spend my time going down rabbit holes trying to outthink my oncologist, as long as I trusted my oncologist. That was super important to me, right? And it was so that I could focus on my body. I knew the struggles that were about to come. So I needed to use all of my energy to make sure that I was getting my nutrition and my hydration. And that's really, well, also the mental game. It's as equally important. I personally think that in our westernized approach to chronic illnesses, we leave out the very important impact that nutrition and the mental game have on your body. My opinion. It takes a whole ecosystem, right? The chemicals, the food, the exercise, the mental game. Well, I put together a great team. And so up until this point, we have literally just been able to manage crisis after crisis after crisis, focusing on that. What are the things that I have done? What are the tricks that I have developed or acquired from others or acquired from my caretaking or come up with myself to make sure to trick myself into eating when you're too nauseous or too tired or whatever, right? Like I have great recipes. I came up with single bites that are packed full, like 100 calorie a bite, and fiber and protein and stuff, because I know that sometimes all you have is that single bite, so it has to be worth it, right? There's lots of things like that. There's, for hydration, I sometimes we're so freaking tired that you fall asleep and you wake up and I know I need to drink something, I need to eat something. Did I? I don't remember. And then you fall back asleep, right? Well, I leave all of my fluid out in the morning. I set it all up, and this is a trick that I learned. I know that you're gonna beat yourself up because you forget things and you are struggling to just exist. And so I know how important the mental game is to learn to be patient and kind with yourself and not hold yourself to the same standards. All of these things have helped me to get to this point, to be a fucking miracle. I mean, there's case studies being done on me. I should not be here. I don't know what's working, and I am not arrogant enough to think that what works for me will work for you. All of our bodies, they're beautifully independent and different. Cancer impacts us all differently. The way that we respond to treatment is different. But I do think that there's a lot of things that we can share with each other. And it doesn't mean, and I'm not saying that you have to have cancer to be able to participate in this. I think that we are all, especially now coming through this pandemic, and I think all of us have various different tools that we use to be able to mentally get through difficult times, to emotionally get through whatever it is we're struggling with. We all have different recipes for things that are super tasty and easy to eat that will help when nothing else sounds good. We all have a toolkit. And yet we could all learn more because we don't know what is working. I have no idea. Green tea. Green tea has some component in it that when it reacts with cancer, it basically makes cancer cells commit suicide. Now, do I think that I can cure myself with green tea? No, obviously not. Someone else would have fucking figured it out. Will I drink tea like no tomorrow? Of course I will. In addition to a bazillion other things that I do in my day, right? I eat beets every day. I eat blueberries every day. I make sure that I take my vitamin D. I make, there's a list. There's all this stuff. And I want to share it. I want to start over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to start to share just my survival tips in hopes that maybe something that I'm doing would be super cool and useful to you. And what I'd like to ask of you is I would love for you guys to share back. It takes a village for us to survive life as is, let alone there are so many of us that are dealing with chronic illness, whether it be a physical illness or mental illness or whatever. The thing is, we don't have to do it alone. We can do it together. And that's, right now, I'm going to go through the process of reviewing what works for me. And I'm going to share what I have done, the research that I have done, the things I've come up with. Because I also want to really review what I think is working. If it's, something I can kick it out, add more things. I'm gearing up to get myself as healthy and as strong as possible. Because I have cancer. And as much as this gives me incredible hope and allows me to breathe a little bit, I still have cancer. And as much as I truly believe that I'm going to be here for a bit longer, I also think that these things that I'm doing all contribute to the ecosystem of keeping me here and alive. So since I'm going to be reviewing this stuff anyways, let's do it together, right? Green tea, that's the first thing I'm sharing. Green tea, if you haven't read about it, there's a reason half the world drinks this stuff. Read about green tea, or I will just tell you, it's super awesome for you. You should have 2 to 3 cups a day, and that's one of my tricks of the day. All right, I'm heading to the beach. You guys have a wonderful day.